All right, this is the chair. I'm here to talk about my first initial reaction to Humans, Season 1, Episode 1. Um, I just recently watched it. The show's been on for a while, but I recently watched the first episode. And wow, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Looks really good. Looks like it's gonna be a good thing. So, actually, after I finish recording, I'm gonna watch the second one. But so just some things I noticed I thought were kind of cool. So I want to kind of do things in order of I saw them in the show. So let's start with the when they first got Anita, and he had to boot her up and get her started. And I love the eye color change. Um, so it was like a silvery or grayish. I don't know. It was like some kind of grayish color for the eyes. And then when she finally was booted up and re ready to be operational, her eye color turned green. I thought that was a really cool effect. Um, don't know if that's going to come to play later on, mean if it's going to mean anything, but I thought it was a really cool effect. Also, the acting in the show is awesome. I mean, and it's a lot of emotions, a lot of different characters. The actors are portraying emotions in their face very well. They're speaking tons, volumes with just their facial expressions. And probably the one of the biggest ones doing this is the mother, Laura, the actress. Actually, I don't know her name. I have to get the names, but awesome. I'm like, you can read when you see her face, see her expressions, you know exactly what she's thinking, what's going through her mind, and it's great to see. Also, the scene where, but oh, I probably should say spoiler alert, right? The scene where they had the synths were captured, um, and there you see them running after their captor, the guy that took them, and they do that panning shot, and you see the one synth. I think he was Fred. I think that's Fred. You see him run up behind, and this is a really small detail, which it might not mean anything, but he ran through the mud and stopped, and it didn't like phase him. He wasn't care like he was getting his boots wet or like he could have stopped sooner, but he didn't. And I thought that was like for filming purposes. I was like, that says a lot about type of detail that they're trying to do, I guess, in the show. So to me, anyway, that's what I get from it. Also, the the funny and creepy scene at breakfast with the laughing. Um, that it was a great scene. It was like it was eerie. It was very eerie. I was like, oh, she has to stop laughing now. It's not cool anymore. But I really enjoyed that. Also, just seeing how people relate to their synths was cool, especially like with George, the older guy. He had his synth. I don't remember what he called his synth, but anyway, he he's obviously doesn't want to get rid of his old synth because the synth has he's struggling with memories, and the synth is a way of helping him remember things or triggering memories or something like that. And also, it seems like there might be something else to that too, and I'll touch base on that a little later. So, and that's a very interesting dynamic, like how he's grown and he's just basically kind of is his son in a way, like he's lived most of his life or a lot of his life with this synth, and the synth has experienced the same things he has. So, um, and if he's getting older and he's losing his memory, the synth is losing its memory as well, or its capability, and but that the reason he seems to keep it around is so he can have memories triggered and remember things, or at least have things told to him about how things used to be. Also, then I remember Anita had I want to call it a flash, um, maybe a flashback or something that triggers with her, and I'm not sure what that is. Obviously, we're not supposed to know. um, after going through this and watching it and then actually writing the notes and stuff, I was like, maybe that could be. Now this is all theory stuff. This is just me after watching one episode. Um, it's like maybe that could be a flashback of before she ran away and or became before they ran away to get captured 5 months ago, or whatever, however long it was, 5 weeks ago or something like that. Um, or and this triggers later, like it's like maybe they're like downloaded somebody's transferred their soul or whatever to this machine, and that's the memories of that person. Maybe that's what the deal is with them. I don't know. I'm reaching for that one, but that was something that crossed my mind, just from things in the episode. Also, there seems to be this common feeling with all the different with people in general in the world that we're getting introduced to and seeing their family life. Um, so we have like Laura. She feels like she's being replaced, even though that's not the reason why. Her husband was Joe. Why he went to get Anita, and then at the same time, the detective that we are introduced to in the grocery store, when he goes home to his wife, who looks like she's disabled or at least recovering. She's disabled and possibly recovering from something or whatever, but they have a synth, and the synth's massaging her, and she's giggling and talking to the synth more than she's interacting with her husband. Um, and you can tell he just feels like he's not a part of her life or something, or as much. Just that little scene. He didn't have a huge scene. And then I guess it's a little opposite with George because he doesn't want a new one to replace his old one that he's become attached to. So his is a little different. Um, and another a good example of that is when the daughter, uh, I don't remember if it's Maddie, the youngest, no, Sophie. Sophie is the youngest one. She was being read to by Anita, and Laura, the mom, was she got kind of mad that Anita was reading to her, so she told her to stop, and Sophie wanted Anita to continue because she said, "Mommy, you rush," and I mean that probably hurt. That was like a dagger in the heart to hear that, you know. So it's just another example of how like people are kind of being replaced. Um, and then another big moment for me was when George was ready to destroy his synth because he wouldn't let him be recycled because of what he knows. What does that mean, right? It's like that sounds like there's something more to just what he has, just memories of his life. You know, it's and then on top of that, he was able to repair him. So George has some repair knowledge of the synths. I don't know if it might be common knowledge for a lot of people or some people, but that's leading towards like, okay, maybe he had something to do with possibly building Sims at some point in time when he was younger. Um, and that's an interesting thing to think about too with that. Um, and the big WTF of the episode is what is Anita doing with Sophie? Like, where is she going? Why does she take her? What's going on? And it seems very ominous because you see the flash of the woman. I believe it's a woman and holding a kid in the water and stuff like that. So it's and that seemed to trigger, and then that seemed to trigger everything that proceeded after that. So yeah. And Anita has a couple other moments with the older daughter, Maddie, and they're in the room and she's shooting the BB gun at her. Um, and she ducked, and then she asked her why, which so the daughter seems to be pretty smart, and doing the whole rebel thing, and feels very distant to her mother type thing, but get into that later. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because I actually want to watch the second episode. And well, anyway, you guys can leave comments. I know this is late, so if anyone is kind of late with me starting, you can leave comments and I'll try to reply as best I can. And guys, let's enjoy this show. Looks like we have a good one here on our hands. My name's Zeej. Subscribe if you want updates. And I will talk to you guys soon about episode 2. See ya.